Whoop, there it is. It's your girls from the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt after show on AFTERBUZZ TV. Stay tuned right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, yes. You know, I felt a little gospel would be good tonight. You know,
how appropriate.
Exactly.
Right.
Kimmy went to church. We're going to church.
Can I sing? It taught me how, like Ruben?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
To walk.
You gotta hit the note, though. Hit
Walk.
the note.
That sounds about right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's your girls from the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt after show. Tonight we're covering episodes 9 and 10. Kimmy goes to church and Kimmy does a heist. I'm Tsahai, and you can catch me on social media at Say Hi Tsahai on Instagram, Twitter, sometimes on Snapchat.
And hi, AfterBuzzers. Happy Monday. My name is Candice Cruz, and you can find me on all my social media at Candice R. Cruz.
What is up, AfterBuzzers? I'm Caley Rose. You can find me all over the social medias at Caley Rose in my animated series, Between Busts. Check it out.
Love it. And I am Laura L. Thomas. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laura L. Thomas TV.
Now, ladies, how,
Hallelujah.
Exactly. I mean, you got to just get in the spirit.
I was feeling the spirit, though, in this episode.
Right?
It was moving me.
Yeah.
All the way.
I thought it was really fun. Now, did anyone here grow up in the church? Okay. So I didn't.
Everyone but me.
No, me neither.
Oh, okay, good.
Every church on every corner, we had the Baptist, we had the Presbyterian, we had the Methodist, we had the Catholic.
Yep.
I'm the heathen at the table.
No, you're not alone.
No.
You're not alone. We grew up a different way.
We had one church in Tennessee that we affectionately, it was so big. It was this big Baptist church, so we affectionately called Six Flags Over Jesus.
Oh, there you go.
Because it was so big.
We liked Southern churches, so we called Southeast in Louisville and Southland in Lexington, and they were the huge super churches.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
but I
other
feel like I
than
have to
that,
do
they
a
were
shout
like-
out to my church.
They were like little hometown churches. I grew up in the Methodist church.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, as an adult, I did start going to 1 Corinthians Baptist Church in New York, which it looked exactly like the church that Kimmy and Titus went to.
Yeah.
I was
Probably the same one.
I was wondering. I was like,
Maybe they
It's
did.
so funny. Moving to LA from New York, everyone, has a sensibility about how LA people will be. Not so. I have more friends that go to church in Los Angeles than I've ever had in any town. Buffalo, New York, or New York, New York.
You see?
So LA people are very godly people. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
you need a lot of prayer to make it through these times.
City of
here.
Angels, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
City
it.
of Angels.
Boom.
Boom. Sorry, I had to put it in there.
Thank
No,
you.
it's perfect.
So Kimmy is prompted to go to church because she feels bad about throwing the trash can at her beau when he tells her that he wants to become a pastor.
Rightly so.
a
And it's Good
reverend.
Friday.
And it's good.
Right.
It's a great Friday.
Right.
Great Friday.
And then we have our Lillian. She's going to a Jewish Seder ceremony. So
What is that? I'm sorry.
So it's like I looked it up. It's like a dinner.
Friday night.
Yeah, before Passover.
yeah.
Oh, that makes okay. All right. So learn
A
Mm-hmm.
something new.
holy dinner.
A holy dinner, yes.
With, what is his name? Artie's, very hoity-toity family.
Right, but who we didn't get to see, unfortunately.
I was so bummed.
I
Right?
was
It's all that
waiting
build
for
up
it.
and no payoff.
But the build-up was great because we got to see Lillian get fierce and fabulous, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Her
looked
hair,
good.
though.
Yeah.
Why
She
down
had
to here?
extensions for days.
Do we think that was some extensions?
100%, girl. That was like down to her booty.
That's true. That's true. That's
Yes.
true. There was like
looked
a
great.
large demarcation from where her hair stopped and the
Like her
extensions.
normal hair was in the front, then she turned around and it was like Morticia. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of hair, girl.
Got those clip-ins though.
Yeah.
I like it though. I'm
Right,
never mad at
right.
an extension. Are you
No,
kidding?
she
Right?
looked
Hey,
sexy.
exactly.
Right?
I think I was just in awe of her beauty. I was
Yeah.
like, I love a good makeover. So I was just so happy to see Lillian glammed up
Yeah.
that way.
And I love her and Jacqueline together as this duo.
It's
It
a
works
great
so
duo.
well. Yeah, they're
Definitely.
such a fierce team. And how that one Deirdre
Yes.
when
Oh.
she came in, mistook them for sisters. And it's only because they're two blondes, you know?
Yeah.
Literally.
That's
Literally.
all people need to be like, oh, are you related?
You guys
No.
Wait, can we talk about how Deirdre was like, you should just get a husband who's emotionally in love with his sister?
They can't get married.
Dying.
And the fact that Lillian was looking at Deirdre like she was a weirdo. Like, if something weirds Lillian out, then you know it's a weird thing to say.
She was a weirdo, though.
She was batshit.
She's one of those that, like, she shows everything on her sleeve and makes it look like it's all great. It's fantastic.
Yes.
And I love she walked away just kind of like this.
She floats.
Still watching. Yeah, she was floating
Just
away.
watch me.
Wait, did you guys catch in the beginning when Titus was baking? I don't know what he was baking. He cracked a Cadbury cream egg.
Yes.
How silly was
I
that?
wondered why he licked his finger at first because I had to rewatch it because I was like, why would he do that with the yolk?
Well, and then he started beating the eggs like he was about to make a cake or something. That's what
Or
it said.
pancakes. It's
True.
breakfast time.
It's true.
Yeah.
But we-
Chocolate covered pancakes.
We see
Nothing wrong with that.
Could have been.
we see how Titus's weird eating habits actually cause problems later in episode 10, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, we will.
So Kimmy goes to church, and she loves it initially. She is dancing, she's clapping. Now, have you guys ever, like, my mom used to send me to church with other people, like, oh, okay, you're going to church? Here, take my daughter. And it'd be a bit overwhelming. Like, for you guys that grew up in the church, like, did you ever have guests that were like, oh my gosh, as soon as they got there, they were like, I love this? Or the opposite?
I think most of my town all went, so I wasn't taking anyone that like didn't already go.
They already knew.
Because that was almost like for us, it was like our hangout outside of school. So like all of my best friends went to church, so it was like there's nothing else to do in my town, so we went to church.
Got it. Church
So
was like a
excited.
club.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
But there
we went
is-
to camp, all that stuff.
There is varying levels of charisma, shall we say?
Yes.
Yes.
Within the church community.
Nice way to put it.
Hey, thanks. Thank you very much.
Very
I
diplomatic.
majored in communications, folks. No, so my husband actually grew up in the Church of Christ, which traditionally doesn't have any music or musical instruments in their sermons or sermons. And I grew up Presbyterian, which has all of the music and all. I mean, we had kind of like we were very modern and like jam out to like whatever. So we weren't like full on like hands in the air and speaking tongues and all of that crazy stuff. But not that it's crazy, but just not what we did.
Right.
Yeah.
But for him, I remember him being a little bit like, okay, this is new. When I first brought him to our church, and you know, to this day, he'll still just kind of stand there with like his hands in his pocket, and, like maybe get a sway out of him.
I mean, especially if
Maybe.
you grew up in the Catholic Church too. I mean, it's very stand up, sit down. You do your homilies, you do all of that, and then the ritual, and then you go home.
Yeah.
I do remember. I mean, I went to church as a kid. It was just not my social life like somebody.
Right.
Good little girl over here. But I do remember being a teenager and standing there and singing, and you know, like you look around and you try not to move your mouth very much because you don't want to look uncool.
Right.
You know. But if I was a Baptist church and I got to be like, woo, you know, I
Which
would
is
love
surprising
that.
because they're not supposed to. Well, it depends, I guess, if you're Southern Baptist or not. I mean, Footloose was based off of
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
not
The original or the remake? Because I saw both.
the original.
Only one.
The original, the musical, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kimmy loves church. Titus, you know, he goes along with her to show her the ropes and the hats. Because hat
those
shopping,
hats, though.
it was a very important part of this episode.
I loved his little flashback of being a kid in the choir, and he walked out and he was like, I'm keeping the rope. Whatever the melody was.
Exactly what I was going. How do you guys feel about 12-year-old Titus?
The hair, though,
Jerry
was
curl.
great.
I love the Jerry
Jerry.
curl.
Amazing.
And I like the fact that he was like, I'm taking a parting gift with me. I'm taking this robe.
He literally said 3 times in the episode, I'm keeping this robe. I'm keeping this robe.
Him with those mean eyes, like the death stare at that girl, trying so hard to sing. And he's like, girl,
thing.
move. I got this.
I love it. I love it.
But out of this church experience, Titus gets a new beau, Mr. Rubin.
Yes.
Now, the fact that this new guy is named after a sandwich, I think that's a perfect match for Titus.
I think so, too.
I think it works.
Yeah.
He's really
Never a problem.
I really like him. I think he's really cute. I think they're a good little match. I think his tone deafness is hilarious.
So cute.
I love the scene between him and Titus when he's trying to like Titus like does this big riff or whatever and just like so good. Christina Aguilera's him.
Right.
And then he was like, yeah, can I have you go just a little here, just no, hit the note here. It was so bad. It was like, oh, this is unbearable. And then Titus was like, I did it. I joined the worst gospel choir outside of Madonna's tour bus.
I mean, he needed something after the ship, you know.
Yeah.
And I love how that was his good deed.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm giving back to society
Yeah,
by
he's
giving him
playing
my
down
voice.
his
But he is.
He
That's
was
a
like,
great voice.
I can't give anything to the clothing drive. I'm done.
I've done my good deed for the day.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, what brought them together was Miss Clara Leboeuf.
LeBouf, is that her last name?
Leboeuf? I thought she had a little flair to when she said it. I loved her. I thought she was adorable.
She turned adorable.
I know.
In the beginning, I hated
I think
her,
after
yes.
I watched it the second time, I was like, oh, she's so cute because I knew what was going to happen.
Right.
But initially, I was like, ooh, she's a meanie.
But did you all have any of those ladies like that back?
Those ladies used to scare me. I used to always be nervous because I moved from New York, you know, a different type of environment, to Virginia. And everyone was like, what church do you go to? And I was like, So I encountered a lot of people with that type of mentality, like trying to find out all your business. Like, where are you from? Where are you going to fit in? And it's nerve-wracking.
Did they try to set you up?
I was 12 at the time.
Oh,
so.
okay.
So did they try to set you up?
So you were basically in
Answer my question.
Not yet. My mom was not having that. Mm-mm.
Good for her. Put her foot down, mama.
Yes, she did.
You were different
Unfortunately,
12-year-olds.
yes. I was hoping, sitting in my room reading Babysitters Club books.
Yes.
Good. I think Kimmy still has some of those.
She probably
She
does.
had the bear. What was that bear?
Teddy Ruxpin.
I loved him when I was little, and I saw him, and I was just so happy.
White people, white people, white people, white people.
Mine did not say that, but yes.
Reprogrammed it.
I think that's just a testimony to the super clever writing of this show.
Yeah.
How do you think of a teddy bear from the 90s
Yeah.
that malfunctions to say white people?
I mean, but this is our girl who says, "Won't there it is in church?" Like she's bringing back all the 90s lingo.
She's stuck in the
like
90s.
This is her element.
Yeah.
I was
I
surprised
love
she had enough clothes to give away to the clothing drive.
I think she stole them from Jacqueline.
Got it.
And I love how Titus was like, what do I have that says white lady?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Probably
I think
not.
I have a teddy skin that says that.
And then he stole her brooch out of her
know.
trash can.
Oh, I know.
Which, of course, Jacqueline would have just been like, I don't need this. Like thrown away in
Right.
$9,000
Right.
brooch.
But that he got the brooch when he was eating the raw meat.
Throwing up raw
Disgusting.
turkey.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Good times, Titus. So speaking of Jacqueline, okay, she and she gives Lillian this makeover, but then Lillian gives her a make under. What did you guys think of that? Like the fact that Lillian was like, "Here, come over to my side, and try on these Doc
Martin.
Doc Martens, but they weren't Doc Martens.
Yeah, they were another name.
Fake.
Doc
Doc
something.
McStuffins.
I don't know, something.
That's
something.
That's a totally different
Yeah,
show.
got it. Could be. Lillian gets things from anywhere.
I loved
love it.
when Jacqueline floated to the couch and she said, I just ended up here. The clothes brought me here. And she just lays
can't get
out
up.
and lazy.
But
So good.
She has that bun that's like
The
so
scrunchie.
Lillian and the flowy
half
dresses.
up, half down. But it speaks to like, remember the part when she was putting on her shoes and she had the butter?
Oh my gosh.
Does that work?
I've never
sure.
tried it because I feel
It
like
would
if
get
you,
them in there. It
Right.
wouldn't
I
feel
don't know if it
good.
but then you can have
Feels
bunions. That's why I don't buy tight shoes.
But
And they were
guys,
tiny baby shoes.
I was like, the shoe was that
It was
big.
little baby.
It was literally like a Barbie shoe.
Exactly.
She was trying to like
But they
shove it.
look damn good.
They did look
When
amazing.
she
Yeah,
got
but you
them
can
on.
get the right size shoe and they still look good.
Maybe she got him a great deal.
I know, right?
Whatever.
They were the last pair.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do what you got to do for your red bottoms.
Exactly.
true.
Exactly. I mean, it speaks to like when you, as a woman, like we push ourselves into these outfits sometimes that are uncomfortable, but sometimes a flowy dress is, feels good. Sometimes,
That one
no?
day of the month where you need to wear a flowy
Exactly.
dress. Or 1 week. Or
Yep.
1 month.
Yep.
Exactly.
Could be
Exactly.
either. Or both.
I like to dress like Lillian.
I love flowy clothes. It's
Yeah.
great.
Me too. They're in fashion again, just like Blossom.
True. Everything from the 90s.
Yeah, right?
Maybe Kimmy Schmidt precipitated that. You know,
Amazing.
brought back the trend.
That's true.
I love it because I didn't really get to live out like my teenage years in
Yeah,
the 90s.
it's
So I'm
time.
like,
It's-
all the stuff I wanted to wear that I couldn't, now I
No,
can.
it's
Crop
time.
tops. You couldn't wear crop tops in church.
No.
No.
Well, in the
Shocking.
90s, I was under 10, so I didn't really get to do the crop tops,
Yeah, it's
or
true.
Mama wouldn't
Now
been
is your
too
time.
happy.
Carpe diem.
Yeah, it's bringing it all back.
go.
Everything always comes back.
So Titus and Kimmy make up this big plan because they're trying to catch the old lady. What was her name? Miss Clara. Lying because they said that Miss Clara stole the code. But it was all a misunderstanding because we found out Miss Claire was actually trying to hook Titus up. What do you think about that? So, I mean, is this a thing? Church hookups? Does that happen all the time? Because I need to go to church more.
I mean, I had my fair share of first kisses at church camp.
Really?
Yeah.
Church camp.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's why I missed out.
Yeah, I feel like that's where you if you're if you're a church going kid, it's where you explore with your I don't know, see where you can toe the line a little bit.
Yes.
That's right.
We just heard a bouncing a bow wow in our ears. Those of you at home probably can't hear.
But were you worried that you were going to get in trouble, like it was a sin? Or you were like, God's okay with that?
I mean, a kiss is a kiss.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I figured God was like, yeah, girl, get it. Get it, girl.
I feel like some of my family
As long as you
from
keep it
church
from the
watch
neck
this,
up.
so I'm not going to put myself under the bus here.
Well, they always did say Catholic schoolgirls were a little faster. I was not one. I was fast in a different way.
Were you a
As
Catholic?
long as
No, I was not.
Oh, I was like, wait a
I
second.
was just fast.
we always had, church dances and stuff like
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
and they say, you leave room for the Holy Spirit in between.
leave room for Jesus.
Hilarious.
Leave room for Jesus in between.
It's amazing.
Definitely had, yep.
Yes.
What I loved about this episode was that she came full circle, and and have you ever met someone who is born again and they I dated this guy, he became born again and he was so churchy and he started judging everything, and a few years later he's mellowed out a little bit, but that's what I feel like happened to Kimmy. She initially was like, I love this, and then she saw some things that made her kind of question things because like she said, church people are human and they're flawed, and as we all are. And then she came to a good spot. Wait, when she did her testimony,
She insulted
It was
everyone.
adorable, though. What was it? She said, "You people."
Yeah.
Oh.
But then she won them over, as she always does.
Yeah.
But I liked how the episode was such a profound criticism of religion. It
Yes.
wasn't just one
Exactly.
religion, it was all religions,
Exactly.
saying how people can be so hypocritical. But then, of course, as they always do, they came around to this place of, no, we're all humans, like you said. We all make mistakes, so it's okay to be hypocritical in the church, you know?
Yeah.
And to your point, what you were just saying earlier about how Kimmy was kind of all in on the whole thing, and your friend that was, kind of all in and very churchy at the beginning. I kind of feel like that's really any new thing that you try. You know what I mean? It could be a new diet or a new workout or a new job or, you know what I mean? Those first few months or first few experiences, it's new. And so it all feels very much, it kind of feels very structured or very much I got to operate within these parameters.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you kind of realize okay, I can chill out a little bit.
I can make out at camp a little bit.
I can make out at camp a little bit as long as you keep it from the neck up. You're fine. We're good there.
Yeah.
But it was really well written how that happened, because I think that is kind of something that's super relatable for everybody.
And you know who else had an awakening that I loved? Miss Jacqueline. When she, decided I don't care about what anybody says about what I'm wearing, but she kept on throwing Buckley under the bus.
Poor guy.
Mom,
Is he 11 or 12?
why?
Yes.
I loved it.
She was so comfortable in those shoes that she was just saying anything. That's what happened in that loose dress.
Wait, what about Deirdre going, I can play this, two can play this game. There was no robbery. I shot myself.
And everybody just goes, Mom?
What?
Yeah,
Record
Deirdre.
scratch?
No one asked you to make that
Poor
confession.
Deirdre.
She's a little screw loose.
Her husband's making out with her sister.
Exactly. I was about to say, of course you're going to have a
His
screw loose if
sister.
you're marrying someone
It'd be
like
more
that.
normal if it was her sister. It's his own sister.
Oh, God.
I thought it was her sister.
Yeah.
No.
That's
his
why they can't get
sister.
married. It's his sister.
So that's why she doesn't feel any threatening, because they can't get married.
No wonder Lillian was like,
That brings
Yeah.
a whole new twist to it,
It's
doesn't
worse
it?
than you thought.
It's that aftertaste in your mouth.
Exactly. So with Miss Jacqueline, she had this great epiphany, and in her do-gooder spirit, we move on to episode 10, where she's gung-ho about changing the name of the Redskins. Now, are you guys big football fans?
Yes.
Yes. You
Yeah.
take this away. Take it away.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Your
don't.
team.
I am. Well, I mean, Pro sports, I'm obviously from Tennessee, so I'm a Titans fan.
Okay.
But I'm more into collegiate football because both of my brothers work in collegiate football.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, so I kind of have to be, otherwise I'd be excommunicated from my family.
Yes.
Interesting.
No, but I have one brother that's at LSU, Louisiana State.
Really?
And and then one brother that is at University of Texas at San Antonio. But one used to be at USC, one was at University of Tennessee before that. So
USC is in South Carolina, correct?
no.
No, here
Here,
USC?
yeah, Trojans.
Fun.
Yeah.
Because there is USC over South Carolina.
Exactly.
So I just gotta like
That gets
No,
confusing.
you gotta
sometimes.
clarify.
Southern Belle.
USC Trojans. So so we've kind of watched their little football career for the past couple of years. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
With
I just
diehards.
like anything I can cheer for.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, if there's a game, I like to bet on it and then get invested.
Do you know what's going on in the game, or do you just cheer when everybody else is cheering?
No, I know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I know things.
Okay.
I know when a guy, catches the ball, then you're like, yay! And then when he does a dance in the end zone, then you're like, yay! Again.
We won!
Right.
Yay!
I'm like,
Not yet, but you can keep.
I'm
Yay.
usually there for the food, like the wings and nachos.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yes.
not the best part of the game.
Exactly. I'm
It's coming up.
absolutely.
It's coming up in what, like 2 months?
Yeah.
Start?
I have a friend that usually has
September.
starts like a countdown at the big, like literally like as football season ends, he's like, all right, only 302 more days till
That
Yeah.
makes
football
summer go by
season.
too quickly.
I know.
I actually was
Kinda
thinking about
starts
it
in, yeah.
today because I have a couple people in my class that are diehard football fans and we talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's getting warm. It means
Wow.
football season's around the corner.
Means cold is around the corner. No.
No,
We
those
live in
first few
LA,
games
girl.
are brutal.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, cold?
See,
I know. I know.
See, you lost me the first few games. Again, I'm back on the nachos. I know.
Nachos.
See, this is. Do you think if I learned more about sports, then I definitely be able to meet a
No.
guy? No,
I think
that
No.
doesn't help.
I think that would be nice for you to kind of not know, so you can be like, so can you explain this to me? And
But
he
then they're
can
gonna be
teach you
like,
something
"Shut up! Don't
new."
ask me questions during the game." No.
Well, you
No,
have to
make
pick
them
another
save it
opportune time.
Save it for before the game. Like
Yeah.
right before, go to a bar with him together and just be like, all right, I want to get to know this and get to know you a little bit better. So tell me 5 things that I need to look for. Give me 5 pointers and then be like, all right, what's a first down, or how many points do you get when you get a touchdown, and
Matchmaker here.
do you know what I mean?
You need to write all this
yes.
down.
And then so then you can enjoy it and watch the game and have a little bit of knowledge. And then
Okay.
also he's felt like a man and he's like,
Nice.
I taught my girl everything she
Got
knows about
it.
football.
God, I
Or
like
you can make a
this.
sexy little bet.
I know.
You know?
Oh, that's
And
for
then
the
you both get
after show,
invested.
ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen.
okay.
After
A little
show.
wager.
After
So next on Hooking Up Tsahai with
Wait, I want in on this one too.
Please.
singled out over
Please,
here.
split it down the middle. The positive ladies to the non.
How
Exactly.
many sports bars have you been in that you're like, where are all the women? Like, if I was single, I would be here.
I just get intimidated because, I know the things I know about athletes are the scandals, who they're dating,
Yeah.
who, why they get arrested, those are the things I know.
Those are
And-
valid facts.
right? But the guy, I can't talk to the guy about that.
No, because he probably won't care.
See, that's the
No.
thing.
Girl,
That's
let's
tricky.
double date. I got you.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I got
Thank
you.
Why don't we do a
you.
quadruple
Thank
date
you.
here?
Let's
Let's make it
quadruple date.
interesting.
Let's get everybody on this.
I'll bring some
Hi.
wings.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll make it a
Men love
potluck.
wings.
So
I
thank
love
you.
it.
Okay, let's work on it.
Because I'll be your wing girl.
Thank you.
pun
Literally.
intended.
Literally.
No pun.
I got you. All the puns tonight.
I love you, ladies. Thank you. It's so nice to be back with you girls. So what else happened in this episode?
Titus was reunited with his ex.
I know.
We're talking about relationships, so I thought it was
In the
know.
weirdest of circumstances. So
I
he
know.
goes against the gas station owner to try to get access to that bathroom.
Ray Liotta was amazing in this.
Liotta.
He was so good.
Okay, now I've always loved him since Goodfellas.
Yeah.
He was in Goodfellas.
And those
right?
eyes.
I've never seen Goodfellas.
Okay, it's in Casino. He was in Casino. Love him.
He looked a little red around the eyes to me the whole episode.
You think he was drinking?
I don't know.
You never know.
But maybe it was actually part of it. Maybe he was supposed to have red eyes.
He may
He wasn't
have.
sleeping, remember?
He's around gasoline a lot.
He's around
And the fumes from the bathroom, I'm sure.
Well,
God.
with Titus.
Yeah.
But I think they just made his eyes more blue. You know?
He's
Well,
still
yeah.
You're
handsome.
all about that.
You got a
I
thing
love
for Ray
him.
Liotta?
I think I love him.
Yeah, he's always been handsome.
No. I do like him. I just kept looking at his eyes, and I was like, somebody get that man some Visine.
You think he was on the pixie sticks like Kimmy?
Right?
Her on those pixie sticks though, like, did she? No, she didn't snort them. She lined them up and like sucked it up.
Yeah.
She was addicted.
It was as good as snorted.
But I appreciated his line where he said, "This is little pageant toddlers and tiaras strength pixie sticks."
Our pageant lady over here.
I was rolling.
Is that your secret juice?
No, that is not my secret
go-go
juice.
juice?
No. But I have seen girls that is their go-go juice. It keeps you like hyper. It works.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, straight sugar to the arteries.
I was
know.
not,
Those
but I did have
kids.
some friends that have like a stack in the back that they would have. What was after swimsuit? You do swimsuit and then you come back and you chug.
So adults, not only kids, use the pixie stick?
Yes.
How young did you
Yes.
start?
Oh, I was 18.
Okay.
I
So you were
wasn't a
toddler,
toddler.
yeah.
I did one pageant when I was 6 years old, and I was very, yes, I did American Co-Ed pageant, and I went and I was so excited, and I did this pageant, and then I didn't get anything, and I just went in my room and I cried so hard. My mom was like, "You're never doing this again," and then sure enough, I've been doing them for 9 years. So.
Look at that. Look
You
at that.
can't hold
but-
me down.
No, Pixie Sticks wasn't a thing when I did mine.
What was it?
Pixie Sticks were not a thing at pageants.
like,
so I
Toddler.
was
You
that
weren't
one.
a toddler in a tiara.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Just
I was
saying.
not.
You were not.
I was
Good.
not. Disclaimer there. I was not.
That's why you're a healthy adult.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
The
Not
normal
like-
functioning
Good job,
brain.
Candice's mom.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, thanks, Mom.
So you were talking about Titus. Now,
Yes.
can you imagine how embarrassing that is, like seeing your ex in that situation?
When you're going to poop.
Or get your scarf back from your
from the place that you poop.
He was
But
probably going to do it in there,
I
too.
felt bad for him because it's like, you know, when you see your ex, you're like, you want to present your best self.
Yeah.
He was
And
not.
I know. And Kimmy was trying to help. Talk about he got rid of his scurvy.
I should know better not to take a drink whenever he's on the
Pretty much just don't drink the whole time.
No.
That's the lesson. No, I feel bad for Titus. I think this was the first moment that he kind of realized that he said it, that he may not come back.
Did
know?
you guys know that he was like secretly waiting for Mikey to come back? I had an inkling, but not
Yeah.
really.
And to see Mikey with the finance guy.
With that nice car.
Right? And him, though. Hello. The car's nice, but
He was he was
yes, he was very nice.
I
Very
feel
nice
like
man.
I feel like Mikey's the one for Titus.
I think he'll come back.
Yeah.
But again, he's supposed to like branch his wings. And I mean, I think he was still trying to prove himself too. He's like, look, I'm doing okay. I have a guy.
Look.
We don't know if he's actually like really happy with this finance guy.
Yeah, and good thing Jorf, what was it?
Jorf?
The guy, Jeff? Remember
Oh,
the
yes,
one that
Jerf.
Jerf,
Jerf.
that good thing that didn't work out. I was happy to hear that
But
didn't
they
work
did
out.
touch butts. Good for them. And did you notice how Clara also in her speech
Yes.
said, maybe you guys can touch butts and stuff? Is that what you do?
Oh, speaking of like our connecting, threads.
Yeah.
So I watched this Adam Sandler movie this weekend, and he had a lot of dolphins in his movie.
What is up with the dolphin?
See, and I was like, is it like in honor of Adam Sandler and his quirkiness that
Maybe.
Kimmy Schmidt puts dolphins in their episodes too?
What movie was it?
It was that new one on Netflix. I forgot it. The name.
Dolphins even relevant? Was it
They were in
movie?
in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Puerto Rico. So, I thought about that, and then
so insane.
Orson, there was a mention of Yukos. The Yukos going on strike,
Oh, yeah.
and those were the robots,
The
right?
robots.
Oh, I was going to say I'm lost here.
Sorry,
Where
the
are we
robots
going?
went on strike, and I was like, aha, something with the robots again. So.
There's so much. I didn't even catch that. I didn't catch the cabaret.
Oh, and one
all
more
the
weird
ads.
thing that I caught. So, okay, our homegirl during the meeting who bust open her shirt and had the American
And she was like, they're like, where's the flag? She's like, got it.
Fine.
Done. Let's go.
I
And then
loved
she kept
it.
opening it.
She was like, I mean, what I loved about that is like there was no shame. She didn't
No.
have abs. She was like, this is me. This is who I am. Here's the flag. Love me.
I love it.
I feel like I just loved all of these people sitting around the table and all so like hungry about money, because talking about stereotypes here, like you got all the right wing white people, rich white people sitting around this table that are all like America,
Watching
She's got
their
the bra and
mistresses.
everything,
Watching
and
their mistresses'
football.
music videos.
Right,
Girl.
exactly. Exactly. So,
That
I
was the
mean,
best
I
thing.
love that they're playing on all stereotypes.
Yes.
No
Yes.
one is excluded
True.
Exactly.
in this. So it was great to watch
Equal
them,
opportunity.
Yes.
And then I
Mockery.
loved the line when Jacqueline's dad said, she says the jersey's $250. He's like, why not? Trump says he's going to make us all rich.
Yep.
I also love seeing
rolling.
Jacqueline's parents. But they're like they don't understand her sometimes. But
I
then
know.
they doubted her. But she actually came through in the end.
Jackie Lynn.
I know with Titus's help.
Yes.
Yes, him singing.
Belting out
Girl.
the longest version of the Star Spangled Banner
I mean, he
ever in
did
the world.
like the Whitney Houston version.
My favorite phrase of his is like, "Oh, say does that star spangled gold?" Go back and watch it because it's so funny. He's like, he all of a sudden gets like so ghetto.
Yes.
And then the microphone where he holds the phone.
Because he has to milk it for himself. He milked it for himself and a little bit for Jacqueline to
He's
help
like,
her
are
out.
people listening? I don't care. I just want to do it. Let's do it.
She didn't even hesitate. Like, I need you to do this. Okay.
Okay.
It's like he's been waiting his whole moment.
He
What does she
has.
keep calling
Life.
him?
Oh, Flouncy Magoo.
Flouncy.
And then the Court Rockingham.
Yeah, Duke turns into Cork Rockingham and gets arrested because the father turns on him.
Right, shady. Orson is shady.
Oh yeah.
So is
Orson.
Jacqueline's boyfriend ever gonna wake up?
I don't think so.
Because he got smooshed.
Maybe at the
Maybe
end.
Buy a smart car. Well, you can't be that bad, guys.
But if his dad is like sending one son,
Yeah.
blackmailing one son, and then this one is in the cast, like who
It
knows
would be
what the dad's gonna
crazy If he
do?
woke up and it was like a different person, you know, like he turned
Oh,
into
yeah.
more of a Duke type.
oh.
Oh.
Making that sexy. I'm not trying to make it sexy. Just trying to make it evil. Maybe evil is sexy.
Oh, so
maybe
maybe
all
she-
the bad boys.
I loved when Jacqueline finally makes it back into the meeting, and she goes, "I have something you all want to see," and that random guy is it a fat kid playing a tuba and a small
Was
kid
he?
playing a flute.
He was so weird. I was like, what are you talking
How
about?
did you get on this panel? What are you doing here?
Exactly. Like,
Is it a
why?
fat kid and a small kid, and the fat kid's playing a tuba, and the small kid is playing a flute?
Good. I was like,
Because you know that video exists.
So specific.
Because that video obviously exists in the world.
it
I
does.
kind of want to
90
I want to
versions of it.
YouTube that right now.
We
It's like,
should.
look,
Let's find it.
the large kid playing.
Speaking of YouTube, when Jacqueline said something like in the beginning, like she was like, just like Heather Locklear, Google it.
Yeah.
What did she? I Googled Heather Locklear thinking I was gonna find some Native American ancestry, but I didn't. Like, what
I
was she
don't
talking
know.
about?
Not a real blonde? Is that enough?
Maybe.
It did sound a little too juicy.
Got it,
There must be
got
something
it,
else
got
there.
it.
Maybe
I
it's
know
like
I
a
don't
Hollywood
look
secret.
Sue, but it's a Heather Locklear situation.
Google it.
Google it.
I was like, what are you talking?
I know. I thought about that too, but I never knew what it was.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
I know.
So many twists
Thank
and
you for
turns.
Googling it for us.
You're welcome. You know, I do the hard hitting investigative
You
work.
really
you
do.
do.
You take your job to the next level.
I just only want the best for you guys and
so-
our viewers.
And Heather Locklear.
Exactly.
And
Heather
Heather
Locklear.
I
Yes.
do love her.
She is watching. She's
Thank
one
you.
of our loyal viewers.
I love it. Thank you for watching, Heather. Stick with us. We have a
Maybe let us know what the situation is.
Yeah, please.
write it.
In the comments. We love those. We have a couple more weeks, 3 more episodes, ladies.
I'm so sad.
I know.
I don't want it to come to an end.
I know.
I love
rewatch.
Mondays. Like normally Monday, you know.
Yeah, in case of the Mondays.
Case of the
Manic
Mondays.
Mondays, yeah.
I get really excited. I'm like, I'm gonna go see my lady.
And-
We're doing Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Exactly.
Kimmy.
You guys are the highlight of my day, actually.
And also, I'm the only October baby, but I'm surrounded by June babies.
Yeah,
and all
you
have birthdays.
We're all
Thank
a little
you.
bit older.
We
On
are.
the panel, I had to throw that
Gracefully.
in there.
Gracefully.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have a birthday cake.
Cake.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe we'll bring a cake next week for
I'll bring
the.
The week that I was away, somebody said they were bringing in goodies, and then I was like, oh my god, the next time I go in, there will be goodies.
And I did not. I'm sorry. That was
What
mine.
happened?
We were waiting
watched.
for you to come back.
I was supposed
Okay.
to bring
All
phone
right.
nuts. Sorry.
I remembered.
Okay,
Back
fine.
in.
I'll bring the cake.
Hey, I'll bring the candles.
Yay! So we'll have a just was birthdays and almost birthdays.
Yes.
Boom.
Well, in honor of Kimmy and Titus and Jacqueline and getting her
Their rebirth.
the rebirth of the
There we
the
go.
change of the
Yes.
name. Everybody's
Yeah.
look. Lillian's got a man, a rich man. Wait, when Jacqueline was like, I didn't see this on the message board.
I know.
Is there a
I
message
know,
board
what
for
are
all the
these
rich
like
men?
single, Yeah, rich
there?
lady message board.
I mean, is
they
it
exist?
sugardaddy.com?
Let's get you guys on there.
But, you know,
Is that a real thing?
I'm looking for someone with some depth.
Yes.
If they happen to be rich.
To their bank account.
Exactly. You know, that's okay. That's
There's
just
a couple of apps for that.
Are there? Are there?
Who loves
Okay.
sports gossip?
There you go. I was thinking the exact same one.
But, you know, honestly, I think I'm going to have to start with the church, you guys. You know, I need a good, wholesome, holy man.
You need a
Come
Clara.
with me.
Yeah, we'll
Let's go. We'll go to church.
Have you ever been to one church?
I go to Mosaic. So shout out to
loves
Mosaic.
Mosaic.
Come. It's amazing.
I've heard about
It's so
it.
good. And it's literally down my street. So it's awesome.
It's a
like-
church day.
It's very welcoming. It's one of those that, like, and I mean, we're still talking about the church, I guess. But, like, I grew up in, like, a Southern Methodist church, and this is just, like, a very, like, open-minded, very, like, we don't even have the word church at the end of it. It's just Mosaic.
Nice.
They
Let's
don't
go
wanna-
shopping for men at the church.
I mean, we wouldn't
There
be
you
the
go.
only
They just
ones.
have to go get the
I'm
hat,
just
though.
saying. Can I get a hat?
Can we
Is
just say no? I mean, we can, but
Okay.
I loved the line where Titus was. Kimmy goes, well, why do we need another hat? I just went to the hat store. Girl, it's Easter.
Exactly.
We gotta get another hat.
You need a hat for every
get it.
occasion.
And I love Lillian when she goes, "What happened to you? You look like a black man on Easter."
Yeah. It's
love
Easter.
your Lillian
Yes.
voice.
With his hat tilted to
thank
the
you.
side, and that's what I thought. I thought they did those two episodes very well, like hitting all the right marks of what you would experience if you. For those who have never been to a church of that nature, I think they did it very well without making it offensive.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that Kimmy, now that she has a newfound love for the church, will be rekindled with her new Reverend?
Perry.
I think so. I think so because she understands him in a different way now, and she's not afraid. She won't associate church with her Reverend of the bunker.
Yeah.
She'll
Speaking
And
of-
there was, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
There was a female reverend.
yes,
That's what I was gonna say.
And Clara hated her.
When she
did.
said, "There's a female reverend. Women really can't do anything except be president or late night host."
Very true. That is true.
Like,
That
well,
is true.
that's a good point.
And the funny thing is, I remember once. I went to church with my grandma, and she did not like having a female reverend. So
Really?
yeah, I think it's an old school thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
You
that
know,
makes sense.
What's funny, we're getting married in September.
Woo!
No, my fiance and I at home.
Yeah, congratulations.
It'll be my second marriage, my second current marriage.
But we were trying to figure out who should officiate us, and we went through, I mean, the gamut of people, and then we were like, oh my god, all we're talking about is men. I don't know what it is, but then I thought maybe because, I don't know, it's my day. Like, I didn't want a woman up there with me. I wanted to be the only woman, perhaps. Like, there's nothing wrong with a woman marrying us,
Right.
you know? I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, weddings are very traditional, and sometimes
Yeah.
it's a moment where you realize how traditional you are about certain things, and so maybe that's what it is. Like
But
you're,
makes me want to go against the grain.
yeah. So
Anybody-
there's still time.
anybody wanna officiate?
I will get my ordained online. Yep.
Yep.
Contenders.
We'll do it back and forth. We'll do a joint.
Perfect.
Love it.
Dearly,
Beloved,
we
are
gathered
here.
today. See, we already got it down.
Down.
What if I was like, one of you were secretly ordained? I was like, I do. And then I was just like married.
I know.
This ghost next to me.
Ladies, we are so in sync from being together every Monday night, and so we're
Got a couple more.
Exactly. We have a couple more episodes, but please stay tuned and please comment in the comment section. We love hearing from you. Stick with us for a couple more weeks, and we want to thank you all for sticking with us. My name is Tsahai. You can find me on social media at Say Hi Tsahai. And where can they find you, Candice?
And my name is Candice Cruz, and you can find me on all of my social media at Candice R. Cruz.
And I'm Caley Rose. You can find me all over the social medias at Caley Rose and check out my animated series, Between Busts.
And I am Laura L. Thomas. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laura L. Thomas TV. Hey, Candice,
What's up?
what's the R stand for?
Rebecca,
Oh,
my middle
Fancy.
name.
I love
Yes,
it.
and now you all know.
there we go. I
we
always
go.
want to know what the Candice R. Cruz is.
Lovely.
Anyway.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.